As we grow older, the mistakes we make in our senior years often stem from choices that seem at the surface innocent or understandable. One of the most dangerous traps you can fall into during your later years is blindly trusting those around you. For many of us, the experiences we gather over a lifetime shape our sense of judgment, confidence, and wisdom. We spend years learning from the consequences of our actions, navigating relationships, and overcoming obstacles. These experiences lead us to believe that we can spot deception a mile away, that we have an innate ability to gauge people's character. But what happens when we fall into the trap of overconfidence? What happens when we allow ourselves to trust too easily and do so without the vigilance we once exercised in our younger years? The emotional toll of betrayal. Perhaps the most painful consequence of misplaced trust is the emotional toll it takes. When we trust someone, whether they are family, friends, or professionals, we open up to them emotionally, believing they will honor that trust. To have that trust betrayed is not just a financial wound, it's a deep emotional scar. In the case of family members or close friends who betray you, the hurt can go beyond just the loss of money. It can be a betrayal of everything you believed about your relationship with that person. It's heartbreaking to think that after years of love, care, and mutual support, someone could manipulate you, perhaps under the guise of concern or affection, for their own gain. The loss of trust in loved ones leaves a void that can be hard to fill. It's not just a matter of money, it's the feeling of being unseen, of having your vulnerabilities exploited by someone you thought would protect you. This emotional turmoil can lead to a deep sense of isolation, anger, and a disillusionment with the very people who were supposed to be your pillars of support. The pain of betrayal in your later years can erode your sense of security, making it harder to trust anyone again. And while we may eventually heal from financial losses with time and proper intervention, the emotional scars left by the betrayal of someone we care about can last far longer. This is why maintaining a healthy level of skepticism, even when it feels difficult or uncomfortable, is crucial as you age. Blindly trusting others, no matter how genuine they may seem, can lead to profound consequences that reverberate far beyond the financial realm. Financial exploitation of the elderly. One of the most prevalent and heart-wrenching ways in which seniors are taken advantage of is financial exploitation. This can come in many forms, everything from fraud to manipulation and even direct theft. Some of the most disturbing forms of financial exploitation come from people you would least expect: trusted family members. Perhaps a son or daughter who, under the guise of helping, starts to manage your finances for you, claiming it's for your benefit, only to slowly siphon off funds for themselves. This is an issue that plagues many elderly individuals, and the sad truth is that it is often perpetuated by people who are supposed to love and care for them. When you work hard your entire life to accumulate savings and assets, those financial resources represent security and comfort for your later years. You hope to enjoy these years without the stress of worrying about money, knowing that you've put aside enough for retirement, emergencies, and health care. But the reality for many seniors is that their hard-earned wealth is preyed upon by individuals who see their vulnerability as an opportunity to enrich themselves. From scams targeting the elderly to outright theft and coercion, the consequences of financial exploitation can be devastating. One of the most common tactics employed by scammers is the too good to be true investment pitch. These criminals target elderly individuals who have accumulated savings over a lifetime and offer them investment opportunities that promise large returns in exchange for a seemingly minimal amount of risk. What's worse, these fraudsters often prey on the fact that many older individuals are looking for ways to secure their financial future in uncertain economic times. They play on the fear of running out of money and offer solutions that are nothing more than traps designed to steal. This doesn't only apply to strangers. Family members, perhaps unknowingly or out of greed, can also exploit their loved ones financially. It might start innocently enough. An adult child may offer to help their elderly parent manage their bills or take over their financial affairs. But what starts as a helpful gesture can quickly turn into exploitation. Funds may be misappropriated, assets could be sold without consent, or a senior's name might be forged on documents allowing someone to take control of their financial resources. The importance of vigilance and critical thinking. In light of all this, it becomes clear that remaining vigilant and cautious with your trust is essential as you grow older. While trusting others is a vital part of maintaining strong, healthy relationships, you must also be mindful of the dangers that lurk in the shadows. Whether it's an opportunistic stranger or a well-meaning but misguided family member, it's important to scrutinize the intentions of those around you, especially when it comes to your financial resources and personal matters. At no time is it more important to have an independent, objective perspective than when it comes to managing your finances and well-being. In situations where someone is offering you advice, access to your financial accounts, or pushing you to make important decisions, it's wise to take a step back and ask questions. Even if someone seems trustworthy, it's crucial to maintain an open line of communication with someone who is outside the situation, someone who can provide an unbiased viewpoint. Professional advisors, legal representatives, and even trusted friends who have no financial interest in your matters can provide valuable counsel. A financial advisor can review investment opportunities with a trained, discerning eye, ensuring that any decisions you make are based on sound advice. A lawyer can help you navigate the complexities of financial documents, wills, and trust, ensuring that your affairs are in order and that your wishes are carried out when the time comes. Moreover, even with the best intentions, we all have blind spots, especially when it comes to people we love. It's important to periodically review your financial situation, your will, and any other legal documents to ensure that nothing has changed without your knowledge or consent. This simple act of vigilance can save you from painful mistakes in the future. Building and maintaining a trusted support system. Lastly, it's essential to build and maintain a support system of individuals who have proven themselves trustworthy over time. While it may be tempting to rely solely on family members, it's wise to diversify your support network. In doing so, you create a system of checks and balances that helps protect you from potential harm. Whether it's a close friend who has shown consistent loyalty over the years, a professional who understands your needs, or a community member who looks out for you, these trusted individuals can provide the assurance that your best interests are being safeguarded. However, it's also essential to recognize that trust is not automatic. It must be earned, just as you've earned your wisdom through a lifetime of experiences. Be discerning, ask questions, and trust that your intuition honed over the years will guide you in making the right choices for your future. In conclusion, while it's natural to want to trust those around us, especially in our later years, we must never forget that trust can be a double-edged sword. As we age, it becomes more important than ever to be vigilant about the people we trust with our financial, emotional, and personal matters. By recognizing the potential dangers, staying alert, and seeking outside counsel when necessary, we can protect ourselves from betrayal and ensure that our senior years are marked by dignity, peace of mind, and security. The illusion of rejuvenation. At the start of these relationships, older men may feel as though they are rediscovering the energy and passion of their younger years. The younger partner may offer a sense of novelty, freshness, and enthusiasm that feels invigorating. The differences between the partners can seem exciting at first, as they explore each other's worlds with the curiosity of first loves. Conversations may be filled with new perspectives, cultural references, and experiences that make the older person feel youthful again. The energy of youth, after all, can be contagious. There is something exhilarating about spending time with someone who sees the world through fresh eyes, someone who brings a different level of energy to the relationship and offers a reminder of what it was like to be young, free, and uninhibited. For older men, this dynamic may initially feel like a way to escape the signs of aging, physically, emotionally, or mentally. They may believe that their younger partner's vitality will make them feel alive again, reinvigorating their days with excitement and spontaneity. The idea that youth is synonymous with beauty, vitality, and vigor may be compelling, as society often idolizes youth in a way that can make the aging process feel like a loss. But despite the initial rush, This illusion is not built to last. The reality of generational divides. As time progresses, the initial novelty of the age gap can start to lose its appeal. While the differences in age, life experiences, and perspectives may have seemed thrilling in the beginning, they can quickly lead to a sense of emotional and intellectual disconnection. The older individual may start to realize that the very differences that once seemed exciting are now barriers that are difficult to navigate. For example, cultural references or shared experiences, which may have been part of the foundation of the older person's life, may hold little meaning to their younger partner. Music, films, or political events that shaped one person's formative years may be completely foreign to the other. What seemed like an intriguing opportunity for cross-generational exchange may now feel like a gulf of misunderstanding. The older partner may feel as though they are living in a world that no longer feels familiar, while the younger partner may start to feel stifled or burdened by the differences in priorities and interests. These barriers can create a sense of emotional isolation, even when both partners are physically present. Moreover, the difference in life stages becomes increasingly evident. The older person may be at a point in their life where stability, routine, and perhaps even retirement are becoming a priority, whereas the younger partner may still be in the midst of building their career, traveling, or starting a family. These divergent paths and goals can create tension as the partners realize that their timelines and aspirations no longer align. What once felt like an exciting, fresh relationship may begin to feel like an uphill battle against the inevitable pull of time and changing priorities. The power imbalance and unspoken pressures. In many age gap relationships, there is an underlying power imbalance that often goes unspoken, but still influences the dynamic between the partners. The older person may feel the need to prove their vitality, relevance, or desirability in the eyes of their younger partner. There is often a pressure to maintain youthful energy, to keep up with the younger individual's pace, interests, and expectations. This pressure can create feelings of insecurity and self-doubt, as the older person may start to question whether they are truly enough just as they are. The desire to remain exciting and attractive to a younger partner can lead to emotional exhaustion. Instead of feeling liberated by the relationship, the older person may feel constantly drained, having to adapt to their partner's youthful lifestyle and interests. They might alter their behavior, interests, and even appearance to meet the expectations of their younger counterpart. This need to keep up with someone who is in a very different life stage can exacerbate feelings of inadequacy, as the older partner begins to realize that they are not as young as they used to be. These pressures can also create internal conflict. The older person may begin to feel disconnected from their true self, trying to maintain an image of vitality that doesn't align with their actual lifestyle or desires. The struggle to prove their worthiness of a younger partner can lead to deep emotional fatigue, resulting in a relationship that feels less like a rejuvenating experience and more like a reminder of the passage of time. Differing life goals and the road to disillusionment. Beyond the emotional toll of trying to meet the expectations of a younger partner, there are practical issues that arise from the differing life goals between the two individuals. When the older partner is ready to slow down, enjoy a peaceful retirement, and perhaps settle into a predictable routine, the younger partner may still be pursuing dreams of adventure, career growth, and travel. What was once an exciting opportunity to explore life through a new lens can quickly feel like an emotional tug-of-war. For the younger partner, there may be a sense of longing for experiences and opportunities that the older person no longer values or feels able to participate in. Conversely, the older individual may feel a growing sense of frustration as they realize that their partner's goals no longer align with their own. What may have once seemed like a relationship full of shared excitement can become a source of tension and dissatisfaction. The realization that they are headed in different directions can result in emotional disillusionment, and the connection that once seemed so vibrant may feel increasingly tenuous. Societal judgment and the weight of perception. An additional layer of complexity in age gap relationships is the external pressure that often comes from society's judgment. Society frequently scrutinizes relationships with significant age differences, particularly when the older partner is a man. These relationships can become the subject of gossip, skepticism, or even judgment, with people questioning the authenticity of the union. Critics may speculate that the younger person is motivated by financial security or status rather than genuine affection. This external judgment can place an immense strain on the relationship. The partners may begin to feel the weight of others' opinions, which can erode the authenticity of their connection. Friends, family, and even strangers may impose their own narratives on the relationship, casting doubts on the motives of the younger partner or accusing the older individual of seeking validation. The pressure to justify the relationship to the outside world can create a sense of isolation, as the partners feel they must defend their love rather than simply enjoying it. Authentic connection, the key to fulfillment. Instead of seeking relationships with younger partners in an attempt to recapture lost youth, it is important to focus on building authentic connections based on mutual respect, shared experiences, and genuine affection. Relationships should not be about trying to turn back time or filling a void left by the passage of years. True connection is not about youth or appearance, but about finding someone who respects, understands, and values you for who you truly are. As we age, the most fulfilling relationships are often those built on common values, shared life goals, and an appreciation for each other's unique qualities. Pursuing meaningful connections that enrich both partners' lives can provide a sense of purpose and fulfillment that transcends the superficial appeal of youth. Instead of chasing a fleeting sense of vitality through an age gap relationship, consider nurturing relationships that honor the wisdom, experience, and depth of understanding that come with age. In conclusion, relationships with significant age gaps may appear alluring at first, but the complexities they introduce often outweigh the initial excitement. The emotional, social, and psychological challenges that arise from such dynamics can be difficult to navigate. Instead of seeking out relationships that seek to recapture lost youth, it is far more rewarding to focus on fostering connections that are rooted in mutual respect and authentic companionship. As we age, it is the quality of our relationships, not the age of our partners, that determines the richness of our lives. The allure of youthful vitality. The desire to maintain youthful vitality is universal, especially as people age and begin to notice the signs of getting older. For men, sexual performance has long been associated with virility, strength, and masculinity. It is often seen as an indicator of their ability to remain youthful, energetic, and capable. When they begin to experience difficulties in the bedroom due to physical changes like reduced testosterone levels, erectile dysfunction, or lowered libido, it can feel like a personal failure. For many men, their sexual identity is tied closely to their self-worth. The idea of losing their sexual vitality can create feelings of inadequacy, embarrassment, and anxiety. In an effort to regain what they perceive as lost youth, many men turn to medications that promise to boost sexual performance. These medications are marketed heavily, promising to restore men to their prime and to help them feel like they did when they were younger. While these medications can offer short-term benefits, they often come with significant long-term risks, especially when used excessively or improperly. A false sense of security medications such as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra have become household names for those seeking to improve their sexual performance. These drugs are often prescribed to men who experience erectile dysfunction, ED, a condition that affects a large percentage of older men. ED can occur for many reasons, including hormonal imbalances, poor circulation, or psychological factors such as stress or depression. For many, these medications offer a temporary solution, improving erectile function and allowing them to engage in sexual activity again. However, some men misuse these medications in a desperate attempt to hold on to their youthful vigor. They may take larger doses than prescribed, believing that doing so will give them an even greater sexual performance boost. This misuse often occurs without the proper medical oversight or understanding of the potential risks involved. In some cases, men may resort to taking these medications even when they don't have ED, convinced that they will enhance their sexual experience and bring back the excitement of youth. The sense of invincibility that they once enjoyed in their younger years can be tempting, making them believe that they can push their bodies beyond their natural limits. The allure of quick fixes, of feeling younger, more potent, and more capable than they might feel in their day-to-day lives, is undeniably strong. But this mindset can have severe consequences that stretch far beyond a failed attempt to recapture one's youth. The hidden dangers of overuse. While these medications can be effective when used appropriately under a doctor's guidance, they come with a host of potential dangers, particularly when they are overused or misused. One of the most immediate and concerning risks associated with overusing medications for sexual performance is the impact on heart health. Many of these drugs work by increasing blood flow to the penis, which is achieved through the dilation of blood vessels. However, this process can also strain the cardiovascular system, particularly in men who already have heart conditions or those who are taking medications that affect blood pressure. For example, Viagra and similar medications can cause a sudden drop in blood pressure, which in some cases can lead to dizziness, fainting, or even a heart attack or stroke. When taken in combination with other medications, such as nitrates used to treat chest pain, the risk of cardiovascular events increases significantly. Men who have a history of heart disease, hypertension, or other serious health issues are particularly vulnerable to these risks. Yet because many men do not seek medical advice before using these drugs, they may not be fully aware of the dangers they face. In addition to the cardiovascular risks, the overuse of performance-enhancing medications can also have negative effects on a man's emotional and mental health. For some, the need to constantly prove their sexual prowess can lead to anxiety and depression. Instead of feeling empowered and confident, men who rely heavily on these medications may develop a sense of insecurity. They may begin to feel that they are no longer able to perform without assistance, leading to a loss of self-esteem. This can further exacerbate feelings of inadequacy and create a vicious cycle where the pressure to perform leads to even greater emotional distress. Another danger of overusing sexual performance medications is the potential for addiction. While these medications are not physically addictive in the traditional sense, they can lead to psychological dependence. Men who have relied on these medications for an extended period of time may begin to feel that they are unable to enjoy sexual activity without them. This dependency can create an unhealthy reliance on the drugs, resulting in increased dosages or the need to take them more frequently. Over time, this behavior can escalate into a harmful pattern, which in turn can have a devastating impact on a man's overall health and relationships. The emotional toll of aging. The psychological toll of aging can be just as significant as the physical effects, particularly when it comes to sexual performance. Many older men feel pressured by society to maintain their vitality, and this pressure can be compounded by their own feelings of insecurity. The fear of becoming less attractive, less desirable, or less capable in the eyes of a partner can be overwhelming. For men who have always identified strongly with their sexual prowess, the idea of losing that aspect of themselves can feel like losing a fundamental part of who they are. This emotional struggle can lead to frustration and resentment, particularly in relationships where the focus has primarily been on physical intimacy. If a man feels unable to perform in the way he once did, he may retreat from his partner, becoming emotionally distant or withdrawing altogether. This disconnect can strain relationships, leaving both parties feeling unfulfilled and lonely. In some cases, the reliance on medications to enhance sexual performance can exacerbate these feelings, as the man may feel that his partner's affection is contingent upon his ability to perform rather than the emotional bond between them. Moreover, some men may feel embarrassed or ashamed about the changes they are experiencing in their sexual health. They may feel like they are failing to meet the expectations set by society, their peers, or even their own sense of self. This can lead to a sense of isolation, as the man may struggle to openly discuss his concerns with others, further deepening his emotional distress. The key to healthy aging: acceptance and self-care. The key to navigating the challenges of aging is accepting the natural changes that occur over time. Instead of seeking to recapture lost youth through medications or other means, men can benefit from embracing a more holistic approach to aging that focuses on maintaining a healthy lifestyle, including proper nutrition, regular exercise, and mental well-being. Taking care of one's body, mind, and spirit is the true path to aging gracefully. Rather than focusing on reversing or stopping the aging process, older men can find new ways to connect with their sexuality and vitality. This might involve exploring new forms of intimacy that prioritize emotional connection and communication over physical performance. By fostering open, honest conversations with partners, men can build stronger, more fulfilling relationships that are based on mutual understanding and respect, rather than on physical expectations alone. Additionally, seeking professional guidance when it comes to sexual health is crucial. Men should feel comfortable discussing their concerns with their doctors, who can help them navigate the challenges of aging and provide advice on how to maintain sexual health without putting their bodies at risk. In many cases, there are alternative treatments or lifestyle changes that can improve sexual function without the need for heavy reliance on medications. Ultimately, the journey of aging should not be about clinging to the past or attempting to defy the natural process. It should be about embracing the wisdom and experience that come with age and seeking new ways to thrive in later years. By prioritizing overall health, practicing self-care, and fostering meaningful emotional connections, men can continue to enjoy a fulfilling and vibrant life, both sexually and emotionally.